lovely ladies. I hope you guys are having, or gents, I hope you guys are having a great night. So I wanted to come on here and kind of do an update Instagram. I did post one on my YouTube before for my team, and I watched it earlier, and I was like, I know. I feel like I had good tips, but I don't feel like it was how Instagram should 100% be. So I'm just going to go over Instagram, how it should look again, and maybe a few tips that you guys can learn from. I do have an Instagram part 1 on my YouTube that just explains in detail Instagram, but this is just a real quick, brief example of what your Instagram should look like. So first and foremost, if you are not on Instagram, you need to make an Instagram as soon as possible, because Instagram is where it's at. Once you learn how to use Instagram, you can get so many leads. Reason being, you can follow thousands and thousands and thousands of people. So that is so super duper helpful, especially when you're a stay-at-home mom like me. You don't leave the house as often because you have 3 kids. So Instagram is huge, cold market huge. So first things first, I'm just going to go through it really quick and kind of explain briefly what your Instagram should look like. And this one is going to be, I say, 1,000 times better than my last one, but maybe a year from now I'll think I could do better. But I mean, social media always changes, so keep that in mind. So if you're an It Works rep, of course, if you're watching this, you probably are, or really with any business, I really feel like this video will be helpful. So Instagram, you have to have, with your picture, you want to make sure that you have your picture, a picture of yourself, not a picture of a It Works logo or you and someone else or anything. Really just a nice picture of yourself, because you want people to see who you are and what you look like and that you're a real person. You want to have your name here. I have BeautyBU because I do have a domain that I purchased, which is the name I'm using to try to brand myself, which is BeautyBU. If you did purchase a domain and you have a certain name, that's okay. You can put that as your name. But if you don't, I suggest that you just use your original name. You don't want to have It Works, even It Works with your name, nothing, just your name. Also, you want your bio to be super clean, just maybe things, motivational things that you love, stuff like that. Kind of like how I have here. You can add your website, but if you don't have a domain, I don't suggest you adding your It Works website, because you really want people to connect with you first. Very rarely will anybody ever click on that to go shop. So it's better not to have any It Works in your bio or anything at all, so you can really connect with the people that are commenting or liking on your photos. I have this because it doesn't say nothing about wraps, so people don't really know. Then they click on it and they see my website and what it's about. But if they're not clicking on it, they're not going to not follow me because of this. So that's why it's really important to not have any It Works in your bio, because there's a lot of It Works reps that are out there spamming people and just really annoying them. So they are unfollowing, and they have the big It Works and then like an X sign saying like they don't want to follow or any It Works people to follow them, because they are just spamming their Instagram and not being personal at all. So with Instagram, people are looking for inspiration. You know, a picture is what catches people's attention. So you really want to be yourself and be really personal and find things that you love and share that with people. You really want to find your system. You want to find, like for me, I love quotes. So I use a lot of quotes. My colors are a lot of bright colors, and black and white is what I like to use on my Instagram. So you really want to come up with like your style and a theme and stick to that. Don't change it. Just because it makes your Instagram look a lot prettier and it attracts more people. Another huge thing is you want I want to say 4th to 5th picture be It Works, not every picture, because that is how people will unfollow you if you're just posting It Works and being very spammy and not, you just want to sell them something, and people don't like that. People don't like to be sold to. So you want to be as personal as possible, and that's how you get people to want to know what you're doing or why you're so positive or all that good stuff. So you want to, post things that are stuff that you love, your children, stuff that attracts others. For me, it's quotes. And like I said, find things that you love, but also try to stick with the same colors. Another thing on your phone is you can see the borders. If you're making your borders big or small, try to stick to the same thing, just because it makes your Instagram more attractive. And Instagram is just really about it looking really super neat, nice, fresh, like crispy, nice looking photos. Not anything blurry, not anything that's like half of a picture. You just want to make sure that everything looks nice. Instagram does take a little bit more time and a little bit more work to understand. So I'm hoping that I can help you guys and prevent you guys from having to learn like I did, which I wasted a whole year of my Instagram looking really bad. And I recently, I want to say about 3 months ago, I finally got it down. Like, I understand Instagram now. So like I said, every 4th to 5th picture should be it works. And this is what I do. So I have before and after photos, but I go back and erase those. I probably leave them on my Instagram for about a day to 24 hours. So like this one, I will go through and look at everybody on that liked. And if she looks too young, I won't message her. I won't message anybody that looks younger than 18 to me. She looks like she would be a good person to maybe message and say, hey, thanks for the love. Are you interested? Another thing, though, that you really have to think about is you kind of have to remember who's liking your stuff a little bit, and you will after a while. But you want to show them some love before you message them. Like, I have already liked and commented on a lot of her photos, and I've been doing that for a while, so I haven't really sent her a message yet. Actually, I think I did, but I've already formed a little bit of a relationship. It's really awful when people just message people right away. So what I do is I go through everybody here and just kind of make sure I go through their Instagram and I like a few of their photos and comment. If they're super young, I will either unfollow them or just not message them at all. I've liked her photos and commented already on a few. So she's someone that I've just been, forming that relationship with. She'll keep watching me, and eventually I'll send her a message or something. And then I will go in, after I go through everybody, I will go and erase the before and after. Because when you're going to build your followers, people are not going to follow you if you have a bunch of before and after photos, because they are going to think you're just trying to sell them something. So you want to go back and erase those. Plus, they don't look really nice on Instagram. They're just like, they stick out, So you want to go back and make sure you're cleaning up your Instagram. At least the first 9 pictures should be no before and afters. Another thing is that your following should be less than your followers. So what I do is I go every 3 days. For 3 days I follow, for 3 days I unfollow. And that's how I make sure that my following is always less than my followers. Sometimes your following will get over your followers just because you're building, and then you want to make sure that you spend those 3 days unfollowing so it gets back under. Because then, people think, oh, she's just going around following everybody. She doesn't even really, put any effort into it. She's just following whoever. So you want to make sure that you're following less than they're following you, if that makes sense. There's an app called Crowdfire that will help you do that, so it's a lot easier, and also will tell you people that haven't been using their Instagram, so you can unfollow them, and it takes up less room. I will also don't really follow guys because they're not really benefiting my business. Most likely they're not going to join or buy products. They can, but for me, I just haven't noticed. I've had more success with just women. So if I do see a guy like one of my before and afters or something, I'll just unfollow them. They can still follow me, but I just don't follow them just because I'm looking for more of my newsfeed to be people that I can interact with and hopefully will join or buy a product from me one day. So I hope that makes sense. I'm trying to think if I went over everything. So yeah, I think I did go over everything. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions on your Instagram. And if you don't have an Instagram going, make sure that you get one going. I do have an Instagram training part 1 on my YouTube, so that's more in depth if you want to go watch that. Okay, I hope you guys have a good night.